let's turn our attention a little bit, and I'm going to throw in a question that comes along with it here. For maybe a little speed round here on technologies to watch. When you really think about it, the digital transformation is talking also about some specific technologies. And inductive, obviously, we're naturally paying lots of attention to rising usage of the cloud, the edge, IoT, and modern SCADA. I have a question here from one of our audience that says, how will 5G technologies influence and affect manufacturing in 2022? What are the challenges, risks, and rewards to this kind of a rollout? So if you want to comment on that as I go around the horn here, you can do that. We also see artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, machine learning. These are playing a bigger role on the plant floor. And no doubt there's going to be a continuing rise in demand for security and supply chain solutions. So kind of looking at that, maybe we can just kind of have a quick round of thoughts on technologies to watch. And Reese, why don't you go ahead and start us off on that one?
Sure. Yeah, I think one of the big technologies to look for, and maybe not necessarily this year, but definitely in the coming years, is digital twin technology. So digital twins is having a virtual environment that is a twin of the physical environment. And as you know, we pull that data into our actual physical environment. That data can then be replicated in this twin environment. And as industry begins to accept the idea of that digital transformation, that kind of becomes a norm. It's going to make that data really available in these digital twins. If digital twins are done correctly, it unlocks the power in many different avenues. So there's a couple different things that we've had customers interested in is the visualization aspect of that. So, you know, real-time metrics overlaid in AR or AR dashboards. As you're walking through the plant, you can see what type of chemical is flowing through a pump or whatnot. And then even really the next step further, like a training simulation, for example. Imagine you're at a wastewater plant and you're able to simulate what a pump failure will do, and you can kind of come up with a game plan of how to react to that, all in a digital environment without affecting actual production. And then really we have that data there. So if we capture the correct process data points, we can kind of simulate systems and run even like, you know, analysis on parallel operations and tweaking this or tweaking that to see how well we can get our conveyor belts to run or whatever that might be. I say that all to also say that I think there's also some caution to some of these terms and ideas. Industry 4.0 type of methodology, as an end user, you need to focus on really what you can do and improve. And as time marches on, I think we'll start to see put these pieces together, and the picture will become more clear as to some of the different benefits. But focusing on the here and now and taking the old, I guess the old how do you eat an elephant, right? One bite at a time. That kind of comparison is exactly the way to approach topics like this. All these different buzzwords out there.
Thanks, Reese. Elizabeth.
So I think that a big thing to watch for this year is the Sepasoft OEE Edge and OEE Lite modules that are coming out. I think for the last several years, I've noticed an increase in interest in MES-related functionality combined into a SCADA layer. And I think that has led to MES being more accessible and just more people aware of MES concepts. And I think that trend over the last couple of years, plus the new OEE modules, will lead to a surge in MES-related functionality bundled together with various Ignition SCADA layers.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Ryan?
One of the key technologies that I think is exciting is the application of vision and essentially multi-sensing. You can strap a backup camera to the side of a machine or put your iPhone up there and you sense vibration. You can see the movement of people. You can understand the data flow of equipment. So I think just the accessibility and the use of data in multiple ways, coupled with just a massively increased capability along vision dimensions. Or you think about the investment it used to take to run pipe and wire out to put a photo eye on to get a get a part count or identify a ball up or whatever. And now I can just kind of sense it, and I can also sense what's happening from a production standpoint. I can sense the safety concerns or people getting too close to an area. So I get so much more value for my dollar currency you're operating. So I think that's transformative. And then I think it's also just the overall arc of the ease of use of these technologies. So not necessarily in one given area, but that they're far more accessible. And for me, it's kind of interesting because you've got, you think about the skilled trades where you kind of operated within the box of what you were doing, and I think a whole new evolution of the next generation of skilled trades where they all of a sudden have their toolkit, it broadens completely, and I think ultimately that is going to help answer some of the talent availability challenges that the industry is facing. And I think it's also, what's an electrician or an electrical engineer in a world where there are no wires? That kind of changes everything, and it forces an army of individuals to have to rethink and re-examine the way they solve problems. So I think it's just a really exciting time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Jeremiah, your thoughts?
Yeah, just really quickly here. I'm excited about edge and edge computing. I think the cost of edge computers has definitely come down. I think Ignition Edge is really critical in this piece. It kind of solves a lot of SCADA problems I've experienced in the past, and it's really important in how we build out smart plants, IIoT solutions, and ultimately modern SCADA systems. John?
Thanks, Jeremiah. Jan?
Yeah, just like Jeremiah, I'll do it short here. I think the short answer is it depends. It depends on who you are, on your business, on your strategy, what you're aiming for, which clients you serve, where you try to create value. For us in Enuda, it's very clear. It's Ignition, it's the platform, it's all the opportunities coming out of that. So we just very anxious to see the release train for the rest of 2022 and see what's coming out from you guys and what we can build on that.
Thank you, Jan.